Okay, so you may not be ready for inverses. It depends if you learn about logs yet, but I'll quickly go through. If you haven't learned it yet, that's okay. Go on to the next log section and then come back to this. But I'll show you how to do this first. State the equation for the inverse function, A. So we have y equals e to the 3x minus 1. And now we want the inverse. So all we do is we replace x with y. And then we're trying to get, remember our goal is to get y equals dot 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 dot. So what's in the way? This minus 1, this e, this 3, we're trying to get rid of it in the easiest way we can. So I'm going to get rid of minus 1 first. Minus 1 becomes plus 1. How do I get rid of this 3? E. This is when you need to know the inverse of e to the power of something. And so e to the power of something, the inverse is log e. Okay? So now we can log e both sides. What happens is this. You can bring that down. 3y log e. Or that becomes 1. 3y times 1. So therefore, we take the 3 over. 3y, or y equals log e x plus 1 on 3. And that's our inverse. Okay. Now let's take the domain and range for the inverse function. And then sketch it. Maybe we'll sketch it before I state the domain and range. Maybe not. Okay, let's go with domain. Domain. I know the inside of log has to be greater than 0. Therefore, x plus 1 is greater than 0. X is greater than minus 1. That's our domain. Minus 1 to infinity, not including. Yep. Let's try and separate that for you. And I'll tidy everything up for the paper. Now, our range, log can give us anything. Okay? It's like the inverse of e to the x. What's the domain of e to the x? That can be anything. So when we take an inverse function, it becomes the range. The domain is the range. And since the domain of e to the x is all real numbers, the range, well, this thing can be anything, so this entire thing can be anything divided by 3. We'll just do anything. Okay, so now let's draw the graph. Okay, so to sketch the inverse, I have to know how to draw logs first. But I'm just going to sketch this original equation. E to the 3x minus 1. When x equals 0, we go through this point. And it's going to look something like this. Where that's y equals minus 1. So remember, to draw inverses, all we need to do is reflect it in this line y equals x. That's how you draw inverses. And let's do that now. So above goes through 0. What will this line be? Remember, x becomes y. Y equals minus 1. Then this line over here is x equals minus 1. And that's our graph. f-1x. This is f of x. Okay. So you should be able to draw this graph now, but it could be beneficial if we go through logs before we continue drawing these inverses. Okay. But that's all of exponentials and set 1, so that's like the early year 11 set, and I'll have more sets coming soon. But I'm just trying to explain the basics for everyone right now before I get into anything more advanced. Okay, well, have a nice day. Take a break. Learning a section is tough, so enjoy yourself.